Have you ever taken your blood pressure medicine every single day, followed your doctor's instructions carefully, and still wondered why your numbers sometimes seem unpredictable? Maybe one morning your reading looks excellent, but the very next day it's much higher, even though you haven't changed anything. If you're taking medications like Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril, you're certainly not alone. Many older adults experience this, and in many cases, it doesn't mean the medication has stopped working. Instead, it often means there are everyday habits, routines, and health factors affecting how well your treatment supports your body. Today, we're going to talk about something that many seniors are never told. These medications have helped millions of people control high blood pressure and lower the risk of serious health problems, such as heart attacks, strokes, and kidney disease. They are among the most commonly prescribed blood pressure medications in the world, and when used correctly, they can make a significant difference in long-term health. However, medication is only one part of the picture. Even the best prescription cannot overcome unhealthy daily habits or common mistakes that quietly interfere with blood pressure control. Understanding how your medicine works and how your lifestyle influences its effectiveness can help you get the best possible results. Let's begin with amlodipine. This medication belongs to a group called calcium channel blockers. It helps relax and widen blood vessels so blood can flow more easily as the vessels become less tight. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood through your body. Losartan works differently. It blocks the action of a hormone called angiotensin II, which normally causes blood vessels to tighten. By reducing this effect, blood vessels stay more relaxed, making it easier for blood to circulate. Lisinopril also affects the same hormone system, but in a different way. It reduces the production of angiotensin II, allowing blood vessels to remain open and helping to lower blood pressure over time. Although these medications work through different mechanisms, they all share the same goal: reducing strain on your heart and protecting your blood vessels. But here's something many people don't realize. These medicines don't work in isolation. They work together with your hydration, sleep, nutrition, physical activity, stress levels, and even the consistency of your daily routine. One of the biggest misunderstandings is expecting blood pressure medication to instantly fix every high reading. Blood pressure naturally changes throughout the day. It rises when you're active, excited, anxious, or under stress. It falls while you're sleeping or resting. Seeing occasional fluctuations doesn't necessarily mean your medication is failing. Another common mistake is checking blood pressure immediately after climbing stairs, drinking coffee, or rushing around the house. These situations can temporarily increase your reading and create unnecessary worry. For the most accurate results, it's generally recommended to sit quietly for several minutes before measuring your blood pressure, keeping both feet flat on the floor and supporting your arm at heart level. Consistency is another key factor. Taking your medication at approximately the same time each day helps maintain steady levels in your body. Creating a simple routine, such as taking it with another daily habit approved by your healthcare provider, can make it easier to remember. Your daily choices matter just as much. Eating plenty of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and reducing excess sodium can support healthier blood pressure. Gentle physical activity, Staying hydrated, unless your healthcare provider has advised fluid restrictions, maintaining a healthy weight, managing stress, and getting enough sleep all work alongside your medication rather than replacing it. As we continue, you'll discover several surprising factors that many seniors overlook. Small everyday habits that may influence how well Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril supports your health. Some of these may seem simple, but together they can make a meaningful difference in protecting your heart, your brain, and your overall well-being. Now let's talk about one of the biggest reasons blood pressure treatment doesn't always produce the results people expect. It isn't necessarily the medication itself. More often, it's the daily routine surrounding that medication. Many seniors believe that if they take their tablet every day, they don't need to think much about the rest of their lifestyle. That's understandable because medication feels like the main treatment. But your body doesn't work that way. Every day, your blood vessels respond to what you eat, how much you move, how well you sleep, how stressed you feel, and even how much water you drink. These factors can either support your medication or make its job much harder. One habit that deserves attention is consistency. If you take your medication at 8 a.m. one day, noon the next day, and then forget until evening after that, your body experiences changing medication levels. While missing a single dose doesn't always cause immediate problems, repeated inconsistency can make blood pressure harder to manage over time. That's why many healthcare professionals encourage creating a routine. Place your medication somewhere safe where you'll see it during your normal morning or evening routine. Depending on your doctor's instructions, some people use a weekly pill organizer or set a reminder on their phone. Small habits like these can make a big difference over months and years. Hydration is another factor that often surprises people. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally becomes weaker. Many older adults simply don't realize they're drinking less than their bodies need. Mild dehydration may contribute to dizziness, fatigue, or feeling lightheaded, especially when taking blood pressure medications. At the same time, some individuals have heart or kidney conditions that require limiting fluids. This is why it's important to follow the personalized advice of your healthcare provider rather than assuming one recommendation fits everyone. Sleep also plays a larger role than many people realize. Poor sleep doesn't just leave you feeling tired the next day. It can increase stress hormones that temporarily raise blood pressure over weeks and months. Poor sleep quality may make blood pressure more difficult to control. If you frequently wake up feeling exhausted, snore heavily, or stop breathing during sleep, according to family members, it's worth discussing these symptoms with your healthcare provider because sleep disorders can affect cardiovascular health. Stress is another silent contributor. Even if you don't feel particularly anxious, your body responds to ongoing emotional pressure. Financial concerns, loneliness, caregiving responsibilities, or recovering from illness can all increase stress hormones. These hormones naturally tighten blood vessels and encourage the heart to work harder. The good news is that reducing stress doesn't require complicated techniques. Spending time outdoors, practicing slow breathing, listening to calming music, reading, gardening, or enjoying conversations with family and friends can all support emotional well-being. These simple habits won't replace medication, but they may complement your overall treatment plan. Food choices matter as well. Many processed foods contain surprisingly high amounts of sodium, even when they don't taste especially salty. Canned soups, packaged meals, processed meats, snack foods, and fast food can all contribute to higher sodium intake. Reading nutrition labels and preparing more meals at home can help you better understand what's going into your body. Another helpful habit is regular movement. This doesn't mean everyone needs intense exercise. In fact, for many seniors, a comfortable daily walk, light stretching, or simple strength exercises approved by their healthcare provider may be enough to support heart health. Physical activity helps improve circulation, supports healthy blood vessels, and can work together with medication to improve blood pressure management. Perhaps the most important thing to remember is this: blood pressure medication is not a sign of weakness. It's one tool among many that helps protect your heart, brain, kidneys, and blood vessels. When combined with healthy daily habits, these medications often become even more effective. And in the next part, we'll discuss several common mistakes seniors unknowingly make while taking Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril, mistakes that could affect how well these medications support long-term health. One of the most common mistakes many seniors make is assuming that if they feel fine, their blood pressure must be under control. Unfortunately, high blood pressure is often called the silent condition. Because it usually causes no obvious symptoms, you may feel perfectly normal while your blood pressure remains higher than recommended, quietly placing extra strain on your heart, brain, kidneys, and blood vessels. This is why regular monitoring is so important. But there's another surprise. Many people don't measure their blood pressure correctly. Small mistakes during measurement can produce readings that are much higher or lower than your actual blood pressure. For example, if you measure your blood pressure immediately after walking around the house, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries, the reading may naturally be higher. The same thing can happen after drinking coffee, smoking, or feeling emotionally upset, and even talking during the measurement can affect the result. And for a more reliable reading, try to sit quietly for at least 5 minutes beforehand. Keep your feet flat on the floor instead of crossing your legs. Rest your arm on a table so the cuff is at heart level, and avoid talking until the measurement is complete. These simple steps help produce readings that are much more useful for both you and your healthcare provider. Another mistake is becoming overly worried by a single high number. Blood pressure changes throughout the day. It rises with physical activity, excitement, stress, and even changes in temperature. That's completely normal. What matters more is the overall pattern over days or weeks, rather than one isolated reading. Keeping a simple blood pressure diary can be extremely helpful. Write down the date, time, your reading, and anything unusual that happened beforehand, such as exercise, poor sleep, illness, or emotional stress. This information gives your healthcare provider a much clearer picture than one reading taken during an office visit. Now let's discuss another important issue that many seniors don't realize. Some over-the-counter medications may temporarily raise blood pressure or interfere with blood pressure control. Certain cold and sinus medicines, for example, contain ingredients that narrow blood vessels. Some pain relievers may also affect blood pressure in certain individuals. This doesn't mean you should avoid every non-prescription medication. It simply means it's wise to check with your healthcare provider or pharmacist before starting something new, especially if you already take medications like Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril. Herbal products and dietary supplements deserve the same caution. Although many are marketed as natural, natural doesn't always mean harmless. Some supplements may interact with prescription medications or influence blood pressure unexpectedly. Always let your healthcare provider know about everything you take, including vitamins, herbal products, and nutritional supplements. Another challenge many older adults face is taking several medications every day. It's easy to accidentally skip one dose or take an extra dose, especially if different medicines have different schedules. A weekly pill organizer, medication checklist, or reminder alarm can make staying organized much easier. It's also important never to stop your blood pressure medication suddenly just because your numbers improve. In many cases, they're improving because the medication is working together with your healthy habits. Stopping treatment without medical guidance may allow blood pressure to rise again, sometimes without any noticeable symptoms. Remember, the goal isn't simply achieving a good blood pressure reading for today. The real goal is protecting your heart, your brain, your kidneys, and your blood vessels for many years to come. Every healthy choice you make today becomes an investment in your future health. In the next part, we'll talk about something many seniors rarely hear about: the role of diet, potassium, sodium, and everyday foods that can either support or sometimes interfere with medications like Amlodipine, Losartan, and Lisinopril. Understanding these simple nutrition tips may help you get even more benefit from your treatment while supporting your overall health. Now let's take a closer look at food, because what you eat every day can have a surprisingly powerful effect on your blood pressure. Many people think medication does all the work, but nutrition often determines how hard that medication has to work in the first place. One of the biggest concerns is sodium. Most people immediately think about the salt shaker sitting on the kitchen table. However, the majority of sodium in many diets doesn't come from adding salt to food. It often comes from packaged and processed foods, items like canned soups, frozen dinners, processed meats, chips, sauces, and restaurant meals can contain large amounts of sodium, even when they don't taste especially salty. Too much sodium encourages the body to hold onto extra fluid. That extra fluid increases the amount of blood flowing through your blood vessels, which may raise blood pressure. For someone already taking medications like Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril, reducing excess sodium can make it easier for those medications to do their job. Fortunately, improving your diet doesn't mean everything has to change overnight. Small, consistent improvements often last longer than strict diets. Cooking more meals at home allows you to control how much salt goes into your food. Flavor can come from herbs, garlic, onions, lemon juice, black pepper, parsley, basil, oregano, turmeric, or other spices, instead of relying heavily on salt. Fresh vegetables and fruits are excellent choices for most people because they provide vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants that support overall cardiovascular health. Whole grains, such as oats, brown rice, And whole wheat products also provide lasting energy while supporting heart health. Lean protein sources, including fish, skinless poultry, beans, and lentils, can fit well into a balanced eating plan. Here's something many seniors don't know. Not everyone taking blood pressure medication should automatically increase potassium-rich foods or supplements. This is especially important for people taking Losartan or Lisinopril. These medications may increase potassium levels in some individuals. Potassium is an essential mineral that helps muscles, nerves, and the heart function properly. However, when potassium becomes too high, especially in people with kidney disease, it can become dangerous. That doesn't mean foods like bananas, oranges, tomatoes, potatoes, spinach, or avocados are unhealthy. For many people, they are part of a nutritious diet. The important point is that you should never begin taking potassium supplements or salt substitutes containing potassium without discussing them with your healthcare provider. What is healthy for one person may not be appropriate for another. Kidney function also becomes increasingly important as we age. Many older adults have mild kidney changes without realizing it. Since the kidneys help regulate blood pressure and remove waste products from the body, healthcare providers often recommend periodic blood tests while patients are taking medications such as Losartan or Lisinopril. These routine checks help ensure that both kidney function and potassium levels remain within a healthy range. Another helpful habit is paying attention to portion sizes. Even healthy foods can contribute to weight gain when eaten in excessive amounts. Maintaining a healthy body weight can reduce the workload on your heart and blood vessels. In some individuals, even modest weight loss can contribute to healthier blood pressure readings when combined with medication and regular physical activity. Sugary drinks deserve attention as well. Soft drinks, sweetened teas, and many flavored beverages contain large amounts of added sugar. Regularly consuming these drinks may contribute to weight gain and metabolic problems that can indirectly affect blood pressure over time. Replacing some of these beverages with water or unsweetened drinks is a simple step that supports overall health. Remember, healthy eating isn't about being perfect. It's about making better choices more often than not. Every balanced meal is another opportunity to support your heart and help your medication work more effectively. In the next part, we'll discuss another topic that surprises many seniors: how sleep, exercise, stress, and everyday routines can influence blood pressure just as much as medication, and why these simple lifestyle habits may be the missing piece in achieving better long-term control. Now let's talk about something that many people underestimate when it comes to controlling blood pressure: your daily routine. You might think of sleep, exercise, and stress as separate parts of life, but they all have a direct influence on your heart and blood vessels. In fact, these everyday habits can either support your medication or make it much harder for it to keep your blood pressure in a healthy range. Let's begin with physical activity. Many seniors hear the word exercise and immediately imagine running, lifting heavy weights, or spending hours at a gym. But that's not what your heart needs. The goal is simply to move your body regularly in a safe and comfortable way. A daily walk around your neighborhood, gentle stretching, light gardening, or chair exercises can all improve circulation. When your muscles move, your blood vessels become more flexible. Your heart pumps more efficiently and your body uses oxygen more effectively over time. These small improvements may contribute to healthier blood pressure. If you've been inactive for a long time, don't feel discouraged. You don't have to do everything at once. Even 10 minutes of gentle movement can be a good starting point. As your strength and endurance improve, you can gradually increase your activity, always following the advice of your healthcare provider if you have other medical conditions. Now let's discuss sleep, because this is one area many seniors overlook. During healthy sleep, your heart gets an opportunity to slow down and recover from the demands of the day. Blood pressure naturally falls during restful sleep, giving your cardiovascular system valuable time to recover. However, when sleep is interrupted night after night, your body produces more stress hormones. These hormones can keep blood vessels tighter and make blood pressure more difficult to control. That's why developing healthy sleep habits is just as important as taking your medication consistently. Try going to bed and waking up at approximately the same time each day. Keep your bedroom quiet, dark, and comfortable. Avoid heavy meals immediately before bedtime, and limit caffeine later in the day if it affects your sleep. Many people notice significant improvements simply by creating a more regular bedtime routine. Stress also deserves attention. We often think stress only comes from major life events, but everyday worries can have a cumulative effect. Financial concerns, caring for loved ones, recovering from illness, or simply feeling isolated can all increase stress hormones over time. When these hormones remain elevated, your heart beats faster and your blood vessels become narrower. This is a normal short-term response, but when stress becomes chronic, it may contribute to higher blood pressure. Fortunately, managing stress doesn't have to be complicated. Spending time with family, talking with friends, enjoying a favorite hobby, reading, listening to relaxing music, practicing slow breathing, or spending a few minutes outdoors can all help calm the nervous system. One simple breathing exercise is to inhale slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds, then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeating this for several minutes may help your body relax. While this isn't a replacement for medication, many people find it helpful as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Another habit worth mentioning is avoiding tobacco products and limiting alcohol if you choose to drink. Tobacco can damage blood vessels and increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Excessive alcohol may also interfere with blood pressure control and overall cardiovascular health. If you have questions about what's appropriate for you, discussing it with your healthcare provider is always the safest approach. Finally, remember that progress doesn't happen overnight. Healthy blood pressure is usually the result of many small choices, repeated consistently over months and years. Every healthy meal, every walk, every good night's sleep, and every dose of medication taken as prescribed works together toward the same goal, protecting your heart and helping you stay active and independent. In the next part, we'll discuss some warning signs that should never be ignored, situations where you should contact your healthcare provider, and the common side effects of Amlodipine, Losartan, and Lisinopril that many seniors experience but often don't recognize. Now let's discuss something every senior taking blood pressure medication should understand, not because these medicines are unsafe, but because knowing what to expect helps you respond wisely instead of becoming unnecessarily worried. Every medication has potential side effects. Most people never experience serious problems, and millions safely take Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril every day. The important thing is learning to recognize changes that deserve attention while remembering that many mild effects improve as your body adjusts to treatment. Let's begin with amlodipine. One of the more common effects some people notice is mild swelling around the ankles or feet. This happens because the medication relaxes blood vessels, allowing fluid to collect more easily in the lower legs. For many people, the swelling is mild, but if it becomes significant, painful, or suddenly worsens, it's important to let your healthcare provider know rather than simply ignoring it. Some people also notice mild flushing, warmth in the face, headaches, or occasional dizziness when starting treatment. These symptoms often improve after the body becomes accustomed to the medication. Standing up slowly after sitting or lying down may help reduce temporary lightheadedness. Now let's talk about Losartan. Most people tolerate it very well, but occasionally some individuals experience dizziness, especially when first starting the medication or after increasing the dose. This can happen because blood pressure is lowering toward a healthier range and your body may need a little time to adjust. Lisinopril is another effective medication used around the world. One effect that many people have heard about is a dry, persistent cough. Not everyone develops this cough, but if it appears and continues for weeks without another explanation, it's worth discussing with your healthcare provider. Never stop taking the medication on your own, because there may be alternative treatments if the cough becomes troublesome. Both Losartan and Lisinopril may affect kidney function or potassium levels in some individuals, which is why routine blood tests are often recommended. These checkups aren't meant to worry you. They're simply one way healthcare providers make sure your treatment remains both safe and effective. Another situation many seniors experience is occasional dizziness after standing up quickly. Blood pressure naturally changes when you move from lying down to sitting or standing. If you rise too quickly, you may briefly feel lightheaded. Taking your time, sitting at the edge of the bed for a few moments before standing, and using support if needed can reduce the risk of losing your balance. Falls are a major concern for older adults, so preventing dizziness-related accidents is just as important as controlling blood pressure itself. If dizziness becomes frequent, severe, or causes fainting, contact your healthcare provider promptly. Your medication dose or treatment plan may need adjustment. Now let's discuss warning signs that should never be ignored. If you develop severe chest pain, sudden weakness on one side of your body, difficulty speaking, confusion, severe shortness of breath, or sudden changes in vision, these symptoms require immediate medical attention. They are not typical medication side effects and could indicate a serious medical emergency. It's also important to keep all scheduled medical appointments, even if you're feeling perfectly healthy. High blood pressure often causes no symptoms, which is exactly why regular follow-up visits are so valuable. During these appointments, your healthcare provider can review your blood pressure readings, evaluate your kidney function if necessary, and determine whether your current treatment remains appropriate. Many seniors also ask whether they can stop taking medication once their blood pressure improves. This is a very common question, but the answer should always come from your healthcare provider. In many cases, blood pressure improves because the medication and healthy lifestyle are working together. Stopping treatment without guidance may allow blood pressure to rise again, often without any warning signs. Remember, your goal isn't simply to feel well today. It's to protect your heart, brain, kidneys, and blood vessels for years to come. In the next and final parts, we'll bring everything together with the most important daily habits that can help you get the greatest benefit from your blood pressure treatment while supporting healthy aging and long-term wellness. As we come toward the end of this discussion, let's focus on the daily habits that can make the biggest difference over the long term. The truth is that managing blood pressure isn't about finding one miracle solution. It's about building a routine that supports your heart every single day. When medications like Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril are combined with healthy habits, they often work more effectively, helping to lower the risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney problems. And one of the most valuable habits is knowing your own blood pressure. Instead of checking it randomly several times a day because you're worried, try measuring it at a consistent time under similar conditions. Many healthcare providers recommend checking it after you've been sitting quietly for a few minutes before rushing into daily activities. Keeping a written record or using a simple digital app can help you and your healthcare provider identify trends over time. It's also helpful to understand that one reading doesn't define your health. Everyone has occasional higher or lower numbers. Stress, excitement, illness, pain, and even changes in the weather can temporarily influence blood pressure. Looking at the overall pattern is far more useful than reacting to one unexpected result. Another habit that deserves attention is reading food labels. Many packaged foods contain hidden sodium, added sugars, and unhealthy fats that can quietly affect your cardiovascular health. You don't need to become an expert overnight, but comparing products and choosing options with lower sodium can be a simple step toward healthier blood pressure. Meal planning can also make healthy eating much easier. When nutritious foods are already available at home, you're less likely to rely on highly processed convenience meals, filling your plate with colorful vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats provides nutrients that support not only your heart, but your entire body. Hydration remains important as well. Drinking enough fluids, unless you've been given different instructions because of heart or kidney conditions, helps your body function properly. Many seniors don't realize they're mildly dehydrated because the feeling of thirst becomes less noticeable with age. Regular movement should become part of everyday life rather than something you only do occasionally. Walking with a friend, taking the stairs when it's safe, stretching in the morning, or participating in community exercise programs designed for older adults can all contribute to better cardiovascular health. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Don't overlook the importance of emotional health either. Staying socially connected has been linked with better overall well-being. Spending time with family, calling a friend, joining a local community group, volunteering, or simply enjoying meaningful conversations can reduce feelings of isolation and support emotional balance. A healthy mind and a healthy heart often go hand in hand. Another excellent habit is bringing an updated list of all your medications to every healthcare appointment and include prescription medicines, vitamins, herbal products, and over-the-counter medications. This allows your healthcare provider to review everything together and reduce the chance of unwanted interactions or duplicate treatments. If you ever notice new symptoms after starting a medication, don't assume you have to simply live with them. At the same time, don't stop taking your medication without medical advice. Many side effects have simple solutions, and your healthcare provider may adjust the dose or recommend an alternative if necessary. Finally, remember that controlling blood pressure is one of the greatest investments you can make in your future health. Every healthy choice you make today, whether it's taking your medication on time, preparing a balanced meal, going for a walk, getting enough sleep, or reducing stress, is helping to protect your heart, your brain, your kidneys, and your quality of life. Final part, we'll bring everything together with the most important takeaways, clear encouragement, and practical advice to help you stay healthy, active, and confident while managing your blood pressure for years to come. And as we finish today's discussion, I want to leave you with one simple but powerful message. If you're taking Amlodipine, Losartan, or Lisinopril, remember that the medication is only one part of your journey toward better health. These medicines are valuable tools, but the greatest results often come when they are combined with healthy daily habits and regular medical care. Many seniors spend years worrying every time they see a blood pressure reading that is a little higher than expected. While it's important to monitor your numbers, it's equally important not to let a single reading create unnecessary fear. Blood pressure naturally changes throughout the day. Your healthcare provider is usually much more interested in the pattern over weeks and months than in one isolated measurement. Another important reminder is that feeling well doesn't always mean your blood pressure is perfectly controlled. High blood pressure often causes no warning signs until complications develop. That's why taking your medication consistently, even when you feel completely healthy, is one of the best gifts you can give your future self. Never hesitate to ask questions during your medical appointments. If you're unsure why you're taking a medication, when you should take it, or whether a new symptom might be related to your treatment, speak up. Your healthcare provider and pharmacist are there to help you understand your care. The more informed you are, the more confident you'll feel about managing your health. Remember that healthy aging isn't about finding a miracle pill or a quick fix. It's about making small, positive choices every day. Choosing a balanced meal instead of heavily processed food. Going for a short walk instead of remaining seated all day. Drinking enough water if it's appropriate for your health. Getting a good night's sleep. Managing stress in healthy ways. Taking your medication exactly as prescribed. These may seem like simple actions, but together they create a powerful foundation for long-term heart health. It's also worth celebrating the progress you've already made. If you're watching this video, it means you're taking an active interest in your health. That alone is an important step. Learning more about your medications and understanding how lifestyle affects blood pressure can help you make informed decisions that benefit you for years to come. Don't compare your treatment with someone else's. Every person's health history is different. One individual may do very well on amlodipine, while another responds better to Losartan or Lisinopril. The right treatment is the one that fits your unique medical needs, guided by your healthcare provider. Most importantly, never stop or change your medication on your own because of something you read online or hear from a friend. Any changes to your treatment should always be discussed with a healthcare professional who knows your medical history. Safe blood pressure management is based on partnership communication and regular follow-up. I hope today's information has helped you better understand these commonly prescribed medications and the everyday habits that can support your heart and overall well-being. Remember, your goal isn't simply to lower a number on a blood pressure monitor. Your goal is to protect your heart, preserve your brain health, support your kidneys, and enjoy an active, independent life for as many years as possible. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming evidence-based health discussions. Share this video with a friend or family member who takes blood pressure medication. It could answer questions they've had for years and encourage them to work with their healthcare provider to stay on the path toward better health. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay informed, and keep making those small daily choices that lead to a stronger heart and a healthier future.